very simple example. First, you're gonna find a picture that suits, right? Large enough to cover the item. Large enough to cover the item. Second, you gotta make the color match. If the color doesn't match, it would be fake. Anyone can see. So I always use an adjustment layer. In this case, I've used a hue and saturation adjustment layer, and I've docked it, and I've clipped it together with the layer. How do I clip that one? Hey, hi. Thanks for coming. How do I clip the layer? You hold alternate in between two layers, in between one layer and one adjustment layer. You hold alternate on your keyboard. I have a Macintosh, there is also written alternate. Read. There is alternate, click in between two layers, and you will see that little funny bucket appearing. When you see the little funny bucket, click with the mouse. It means the adjustment layer will only work on that specific layer underneath. Therefore, it will not affect the rest of the picture. Before and after. Before and after. And, one thing I would like to clarify, sometimes after the meeting, someone starts filling up the feedback and say, you should give notes. We are a non-profit organization. If you pay for the notes, I prepare for you. We don't give notes. We just give you an idea of what the software can do. This is not a course. This is not a training. Yeah? So you can write as fast as you can, or just sit comfortably and try to remember what you see. Yeah? Try to remember what you see.
You can't change the hue and saturation of that before. You don't have to do that.
What do you mean?
Container.
Oh, the container before when?
Well, you've got it as a separate picture, so can you not just change the hue and saturation then?
Okay, let me see if I got the question correctly. Okay, you say, why didn't you change the color of the container when it was a standalone picture? Because I have nothing to compare it with. So I need a comparison, I need a benchmark, and the benchmark is the host picture. So if you want, you can call the guest picture and the host picture. The host picture is the larger, the guest picture is the smaller. So the guest picture takes the color according to what the host picture environment sets. In this case, was a little bit less saturated. You see, the original container was very saturated. Just remove a little bit of saturation and make it a little bit more yellowish. Third, I apply a layer mask, and someone is writing 1, 2, 3, 4. Every picture is different. So next time will be 1, 7, 25, 3. Yeah? So every picture is different. Just understand what's happening here. One issue is that if I don't place a layer mask here, you will clearly see that the container is fake. You see the bottom here? It's just a straight line. This one, no one will believe it. But if you apply a layer mask and then you paint a little bit, the same thing that you see with Brenda just now. Apply a layer mask, paint black on it. Now it looks realistic because I'm digging. Yeah, I'm removing some pixel from the image, and the grass appears to be in front, but it's behind. Last, I create a shadow. If you don't create a shadow, it will also look fake. How do I create a shadow? Take a brush, paint black, decrease the opacity. What is a shadow? It's something dark but not fully black. That's a shadow. Right? So how do you do that? Okay, from the pixel number 377, take your brush and drag the mouse up to the pixel number 755. There is no unique way to do it. Every picture is different. Just observe and see how is the shadow of an item. There is a tripod here. Obviously, the shadow that I'm expecting for a tripod is going to have 3 legs. It can't have 4 legs, right? Because it's a tripod. So observe how nature behaves and then replicate it in Photoshop. Any questions so far? Right. Then let's go to the horse. Now, this is extremely simple. How do we remove the horse? Someone will say, why don't you use that new fantastic tool of version CS75 that removes everything for me? Because it works only in a few circumstances. The picture has to be perfect. If the picture is not perfect, it will not work. Does not exist. There is no special tool that works on all the pictures. Ultimately, when you do it with your own hands, is the best solution because you can create it according to the picture. In this case, it's very simple, as I say, because we have another pattern here. You see, we have 1 and 2, the knots. I take 2 of these knots and just apply it on top. Very easy. Huh? Very easy. Let's do it one more time. I remove the group. This is the one that I've done before. Very easy. It will take me less than 1 minute. Just observe. You see that we have a shadow. That shadow underneath does not have to be repeated. So click and drag with my square selection tool. Yeah? This one really 3 years old proof. Yeah? This one 3 years old proof. Make a selection and then duplicate that one, Command J. Yeah? And then Command T or Control T to enter in transform mode. Right click, and then I see someone writing right click. Try. When you don't remember how something is that, just right click. The solution is always there. Yeah? Right click and flip it horizontally. You see? You see? I stick it on it. Maybe I need to rotate it a little bit until it fits. And press enter. Yeah? This is 4 years old proof. Of course, you see there are obvious patches around here. Same thing as before. Attach a layer mask. Forbid to use the eraser tool. This tool doesn't exist. So attach a layer mask, and with the layer mask take the black brush, and as you've seen with Brenda also, just paint away the edges. There you go. Yeah. And I'm doing it with one hand standing. We are watching. Now when they tell me, can you spot if a picture has been photoshopped? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if I have done it, you can't. Why laughing? I'm serious. If I retouch a picture in Photoshop, I make sure that every single pixel is in place. No one, no matter how many 25, 35, 45 years of experience you have, no one in the world can tell. Because it's a normal picture. Can you take any picture in the world and think they are all fake? And certain people does it, yeah? Certain people is so into Photoshop that everything they see has to be in Photoshop. Ah, so fake that one. It's actually the real thing, so I didn't touch it at all. Oh, now, let's see something more complicated. Now, this one is a bit more complicated because there are many things involved. How do we get rid of the deer? First of all, no one in the right mind will take a picture of the deer and then remove it from the picture. If you got the luck to take a picture of the deer, for sure you will put it already on Facebook. You don't remove the deer and then put the picture of a tree on Facebook. Now, the very first thing I've done here, I went to source pictures on the internet and I found this picture here. Yeah, I found this picture. How do you find pictures that really match? There is a website that is fantastic. You're right. It's called google.com. Fantastic. You type what you're looking for, it comes out with millions of pages, you know? Fantastic. Just have to spend 5 minutes among those millions of pictures to find one that more or less look the same. Of course, I'm not a nature expert, so I don't know what tree is this one and what tree is that one, but if you are really into Photoshop, you can also do this kind of thing. Go and study what type of leaf is that one and see if you can find a picture that looks like that. So a picture that more or less look the same, and then again, see how many accurate layer mask I have applied here? Oh, so accurate, yeah? It's a disaster layer mask. Why? Because I've done it in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes of work. Apply a layer mask, mask here, mask there, yeah? Apply again our adjustment layer and get the color to look the same. What am I doing? I'm building on the picture. Again, yeah? At the beginning what we say is photo montage. We are layering on top. We are not removing anything. The final illusion is to have removed someone. It's like you're standing on a stage, and then someone slightly larger than me stands in front of me. You have removed me from the stage. The same thing is happening here. We are covering the picture behind with something that looks the same. The next layer does the same thing. The next group here. There you go. I found this funny tree. It doesn't matter the top part. I'm not going to use the top part. I'm going to use only the. I'm not going to use the top part. I'm going to use only the bottom part. So I'll go and do another layer mask. There you go. Lay a mask for the trunk. Change the color. Change the saturation. It doesn't look fantastic. Again, it's not the same trick. It's not the same light. I didn't spend much time for it. Yeah. But we'll see the final effect. Now, what still is missing are the legs and the bottom of the tree. So I patched in front. Again, how do I patch that? Taking something from google.com. There you go. Yeah? And that tree looks quite okay. So this one, very simple. This is the original picture. This is after the mask levels to make it a little bit more towards the bluish. Now it really depends where you put this picture. I'm sure that if someone walks in to take a look at this, yeah, nice picture of the nature and go away. Of course, if you go and check it, yes, you might think, probably behind there is a deer or an elephant. I don't know. You don't know what there is behind because we have covered it. Now, to clarify what we have done here, here's the structure. Yeah, we have the picture behind that represent the original picture. Then we have built one layer on top, another layer on top, and another layer on top. In this case, we have 3 layers. If you remember the picture that I showed you at the beginning with Mohit that put together the war scene, there was dozens and dozens of layers overlapping. Now, someone say, well, it's quite complicated though, yeah? Quite complicated, it takes a while. But you have something faster to remove the item, yeah? But you have something very fast that you can click and remove the deer. Yes, I have it, this is. Oh! Or if you are like a naturalist, you don't want to get rid of the deer in such a cruel way, yeah? Then you can use another softer way. Yeah, and this one also will remove very quickly your deer, very, very quickly. Oh, put the 2 of them together, see which one is. Now, I'm done, yeah, but I promised to tease my friend, here in the first row. Within 50 minutes, you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve, give up for today. Start again tomorrow. Or, if you are in shortage of time, stand up, go somewhere else, drink water, breathe some air outside, and then try again. But everything should be achievable within 50 minutes. If it takes longer than that, there is probably something that has to be fixed in your foundation. And there is something that you probably do not understand yet about Photoshop. So in that case, write me an email, I will help you with it. Thank you very much. I will see you next month in Udine.